Anybody out there?
I know it's like I didn't share it out or nothing. Y'all were
I was sharing it like earlier on YouTube, like through Messenger to people, like when right before that,
let me go see.
before you started or
I'm gonna
whatever.
go see what it looks like. Oh, it is coming on. Wait a minute. Or
Oh,
my show, or did my show just come on? Whoops. Oops.
well,
Oh no,
all
we're
right.
live. We are live,
we're
homie.
we're learning something new
So
here. So it's also up
screen
on
looks
YouTube. That's
crazy,
what you're
but
saying. I want to see if I see it on my
go ahead. Y'all, we're doing like a test run. We're trying to see what our
Okay,
dealio
yeah,
is.
I see our little
There we
squares
are.
up
There we
there.
are. Look at us. There we are. Hey.
Okay.
So I don't know where everybody's at, but hey, we got this chat over here. We're out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're out on X, Facebook. We're even on the CPS Breaking News podcast channel.
Okay, it
Um,
looks like you still got the chat up over here. So
yeah.
hopefully we can get some viewers in here. Oh wow, this is
Yeah.
large. And
Who?
it's large.
Yeah, I mean, we are live, y'all. We are live. I think so.
All right, so
Um,
I don't know what everybody's been doing, but hopefully everybody's recovering from whatever you had going on earlier
we're
in
just
the day.
we're just doing it.
Because we're getting through it, right?
Yeah, we are. I don't know if everybody like. I don't know if we should. I mean, they should see us on the channel, surely, because we are on CPS Breaking News. We're on that channel.
Um,
Um, I just, y'all, this is new to me.
this
Yeah.
would be a lot easier. I mean, if Brenda can do it, anybody can.
Look, let me tell
Um,
you something. I.
wondering if okay, so I'm gonna post a comment here. Let me see if I
Okay.
can do this.
So we're just
Um,
trying it out, everybody, but we are live. So we are right here. I don't know. Everybody's not on the.
I'm wondering where my comment went to. Do you see me saying hello? No.
Yeah, I see. I hear us on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you see it. I don't see it up there or anything.
We're on CPS, the breaking news. We're on the channel. So,
CPS breaking
but
news.
we're go to the channel on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I am on the television. I mean, on the laptop. Who
Let's.
watching? I mean, is that me and
Yeah,
you?
yeah. So everybody's probably like, "What the heck?" All right, everybody. So we're trying a new podcast app thing,
Yeah,
um,
because
and this is us. So it's coming up as a live stream, and it's got the news. So hey, we're here. I don't see nobody in the comments, but you know, this is first time for everything. Darren let us loose, and oh boy, woo! All right, so
if everybody that views it, they shouldn't have to have StreamYard. They shouldn't have
no,
to, right?
no, what they can do is they can go. We can share it out on Facebook and stuff. That's what we'll have to do. Like we'll
To
have to go
bring,
share it out on, send it out in Messenger. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna
mm,
send it out to everybody.
wonder
Everybody,
if I could do it.
everybody.
Yeah, let me
Mhm.
try to do it from my laptop here.
Well, I mean, I
And
shared it out to some people. So everybody, how's everybody doing today? What's going on in your world? What's going on out there? I don't even know what channels. I know I'm out there on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, on Unmasking Foster Care Corruption, and I'm out on X, and then I'm on the CPS Breaking News YouTube channel with Darren channel. So this is like a first time, like, hey Danielle and Brenda, what's up? We're gonna bring it back.
bringing
I don't know
it back.
what I'm doing. I really don't. I know Restream. I don't know no StreamYard. So but I like the studio. So back, I did share out the link. Maybe we'll get some guests up in here.
Okay, I think I can share it to my Facebook page at least.
Yeah, yeah. So how's everybody doing? I mean, I know we're live. I know we are. Okay, I know we're live.
I
We
was
are. We are.
noticing, let me see if oh, now I can also, I think I'm gonna share it to, I just go down line here. Oh no,
We
no,
are
it's not
live.
letting me.
Yes, we are.
Anyways, I found some old
We are live. See?
writings
Look at that. See that we are live,
from
girl.
my
Look.
time in Charlotte County Jail,
See that we are live.
where
Look.
they also, oh,
We're
yeah,
live.
well, do
So we're
you
on
want
the
me to,
channel. So we can just there's we got some people in the chat. Why aren't their views
oh,
coming?
is there? All right,
They're on.
so I
They're
was
over there,
thinking,
but
like, I wrote down they had really good on the tablet up in Charlotte County when I was in there, the legal law library, and I was just looking up stuff, and this is like literally, this is like from 2019, but I mean, none of this has changed. It has a definition on the law library of abuse. Defined in part as any willful act or threatening act that is likely to cause child's physical, mental, or emotional health to be significantly impaired. See, I was looking up state statute 39.01, and because of my particular charge at that time. And neglect is, I don't know if I could read this, is when a child is deprived of or is allowed to be deprived of necessary food, clothing, shelter, or medical treatment for a child is permitted to live in an environment which such or deprivation or environmental causes the child's physical, mental, or emotional health to be significantly impaired or to be in danger of being significantly impaired. So again, isn't this what's going on when our children are ripped away from their home and they're putting into institutions or some strangers foster house and so many different things going on? And is anybody thinking about how this is harming the children, in so many ways?
right. And and neglect can be taken so like poverty. It's so broad. They need to. Is that they shouldn't take kids over no food. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have the resources out there that like food stamps. Why don't they just go get the family food? Wouldn't you think? Like that would be something that they would need to do? No.
So what else I looked up, it was like 186 SO dot D 1092. Relatives are the placement of choice. Um, Clearly, this foster home situation substantial and immediate danger to the child. Oh, that's what I was saying, because the foster house that my daughter was at was, completely against all the rules or all the statutes and everything else that was going on. So, yeah, that was something about migrating circumstances. Um, yeah, I just can't believe how, they will take these necessary laws that are in place and somehow twist them around to say the parents aren't doing an adequate job to house their own children, and they just take them for their own, and it's just like, okay, well, and it's almost in most cases that I've seen, it's all about all they're concerned with is making money off these kids, and they're not caring for them. They're just, yeah, it's just disgusting, really. um yeah, I can see why
You
I
would
put
never
some of the stuff
see.
away for a while. Was like, it's just depressing.
I wonder if why
Um,
it not. I wish. Well, I can't get. I can only get the comments from my channel. If y'all are, can you see us? We're not. I can't see the comments from CPS Breaking News. That channel. I'm supposed to be. I mean, I know I'm Aaron, but StreamYard won't connect. But if y'all will go to my YouTube channel on there, or go to Facebook, I'll be able to see y'all's comments. Let me pull it back up.
let me see if I can find
I'm gonna
you
look at y'all right here.
myself on
I see
YouTube
y'all.
here.
I see
Yours
Facts
is
Over Lies, Debbie.
okay.
Hey
So you don't
everyone.
want me to
I do
go
see y'all.
to the CPS Breaking News? I got to find your unmasking one.
On YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah.
My YouTube channel, yeah. Because that's where y'all can get to the comments
Oh
to
yeah,
where
I
y'all can
see it now.
yeah, go
Oh,
if
this
y'all
is interesting.
what?
Okay, I'm gonna click on this and see what happens.
What is it?
Okay, yes, I'm gonna type something in the chat, so see if this works.
So everybody, do y'all hear us out there? This is a test run. I want to send. I wish I could send y'all all the
Can you see
correct.
me saying hi?
No.
No?
Look, I have no idea what the heck's going on, but it's okay, guys. We can do this. Yeah.
Oh,
There it is. So it takes a minute. All right.
no,
Okay.
I generally just pressed it on the StreamYard here. So yeah, the other thing didn't work.
Oh.
Hmm.
So we were trying to get, if y'all want to, I really don't know how the chat goes. I see y'all. I see my peoples. Hey, Luann, I see y'all. The state here is getting money for where my granddaughter is, and they're not taking care of her neither. And she's tired of being bounced around. She wants to be with her mommy. DHS in the state of Maine really does. So they really do what they want, Luann. I see y'all's comments. I am with y'all. Luann, Luann, the foster mother lies. Right. So these kids that are in these foster homes, group placements, what's crazy is we have no viewers, but we got viewers over here. There ain't not a lick of one of them showing up. It's okay, guys. We are going to be okay with this. Share with viewers. Okay. So I just want to say to everybody that it's hey, Facts Over Lies. Hey, Tammy. Hello, Debbie. It's like it's getting rougher, and like I was talking with Darren earlier, it's gonna get rough before it gets better, and I want everybody to know, just be prepared, because this is just it's just getting started. Where'd Brenda go? Brenda, she disappeared on me. Brenda, don't you dare.
Sorry about that.
I think she's just playing around with StreamYard. That's what she's doing. It's okay. I'm gonna let Brenda control that. I was trying to do see where it says share with viewers at the top, Brenda? Up here at the very top. The very top of this. Are you in the studio?
Oh, the chair?
Yeah, go to share with viewers and click on that link and see if we can go get them over here through that link, like everybody in the chat. Thought I missed you guys. Yeah, no, we're here. Okay. Vinny's mom. Oh, okay. How is he doing? Hi, Miss Luann. So the kids, let's see. So the state where my granddaughter is, and they're not taking care of her neither, and she's tired of me. Is that that's Vinny's daughter? Bless her heart. And they're not are they letting you see her, Miss Luann? Hey, Tammy, how are you? Hey, everyone. Hi, Dr. Death. John came last Friday and he didn't eat breakfast. Why not? These, now that, it's, do y'all feel like, hi, Dr. Death. We're on a new app. We're on StreamYard. We're just testing it out. Did you share it out?
I did, but I've only the people that I have in my messenger, so I don't know how to get to some of the people.
Think if anybody's got Messenger and y'all got the chat with us, y'all, there's a link in that y'all can go get in the comment. I am on the comments on CPS Breaking News, which I do. Darren's gonna kick my butt, but I forgot to. I thought it was linked to it, so I'm sorry, y'all. But we can do this. We will work with this, what we got. So I'm okay to hold the phone up and read y'all's comments. Okay. Even though on here it says there's no viewers, but at least I know y'all are watching, from the Brenda, it says 0, but it's okay. All right. So, well, every time they go to see her, except for the 4 weeks that she didn't see her, which stopped the trauma tour, and she's always sick and they don't care and they don't want to. Bless her heart. So do you feel like she's regressing now that she's in the foster home and nothing's being like, is she wanting to come home? they don't realize what they do to these children.
I was able to get it up. Sorry to interrupt. I'm able to get it up on the chat. I think I was in for some reason.
You're in charge of
Now
the
I see everybody
stream.
on the chat. I see Tamil. I
The
see
best
Dr. Death. I see DK. Luann. Hello, everybody. Thank you.
He's in our prayers. Miss Luann. Can you see my comment, DKA? Yeah, I can. Hey, I can see. I can say. Yes, I can see your comment. Facts never lies. It led me into the streamer, and I did not ask, nor did y'all know even y'all were sending it out. All I done was bring it up on other phone, and I was in the streamer decision. I back out. Weird. So you were on there, or you were on the backstage? I don't even know. Look, y'all, we are just like getting to know this. We were doing a test run on
if anybody wants to come on in.
Yeah, so we're just doing a test run on it, and I'm looking at my phone, and I should be looking at the screen, but I'm looking at the comments on this phone.
Yeah,
on my
phone. That's why I have a tendency to do that too, because I have the comments up on my big screen. So that's why I'm looking up over here. But I can see everybody's comments now, so I'm happy about that.
Vinny and Lynn's daughter. So you're the grandmother. Okay, so you're Vinny's mom. Well, welcome in, and thank you for joining us, Miss Luann. I appreciate that very much. This is the Darren is, he might stop in. Foster homes don't do anything for the family but cause trouble, right? Yeah, was a weird. I hadn't seen that before. It's a whole new ball game, ain't it? Like that, it is weird. It's is it a new setup? Facts Over Lies. We'll have to go check it out. Yeah, it's like a whole new thing. I like it, but tomorrow night I'll be back
giants from the last stream. We're giant people now.
Yeah, I mean, there's more on StreamYard. It's just we gotta figure out what's going on. And
I think it's gonna be good. It's gotta be good.
So Miss Vinny's mom says, I feel that she is. That's why they got to figure something out and get her out of there, because she is the most cutest little thing you ever did see. That's when your child calls someone else mommy and daddy, that's a problem, right?
Oh.
You know, as a matter of fact, y'all want to see, this is what thing like what we're going through, what everybody's going through. I'm going to show comments. How about this? Let's show comments that my daughter was posting about bringing awareness to horrible parents. You can see them now. Vinny, are the kids. You know, my daughter told me on TikTok that my said that she was what did she say? Let's see if I can get these comments up here. Yeah. What do you think? Should I, Brenda? Should we post the comments?
Change up with on what we have up there.
Huh?
I was trying to change up because it says Brenda Cameron, hello. It's just like it's kind of stuck there, right? You see that as well?
So, where? Oh, that thing? I can take that off this.
Oh, okay.
All right. So they don't realize what it does to these kids, and it traumatizes them. Like my son. So, and now let's go to my daughter. With the alienating and my kids, my girls, I don't know. I do know my girls. I do. Don't get me wrong. But I know more about my son and was more involved with my son than my girls. I was alienated and isolated from my daughters for a long time. Like, just put it this way. My youngest is now running track and field in high school. She's a sophomore. But, you know, when I went to prison, she was only 15 months old. I can show you pictures of, she was my little pit bull, my little football player. You know, she was a little chunky monkey, you know. And you know, now she's blossomed into a beautiful young lady, and she's doing the hurdles, and she's got a track meet, as a matter of fact, today. So let's tell Audrey, good luck, baby, and I know you got this. She's in the top 10 in the whole state of Georgia. Woo woo, go wow. That's my girl. Mm-hmm. So she CPS says it's all right for the kids to do that. And Dr. Death, let me tell you, my son, when he went out to that facility in Texas, he they were asking why, like they asked my aunt, they asked other people why my son didn't call me mom. Well, my son, ever since he was born, he's always called me Danielle because that's what he's always heard the adults call me. So whatever, and my son's been around adults most of his life, which like my nanny and my mom and stuff. So whatever my nanny called me, he would call me. So he called me Danielle. And they frowned upon that, like him calling me Danielle instead of mom. He knows, if you ask him who I am, he will tell you that I'm mom. That's mother or mama. Or if he says mother, then I know I'm in trouble. I done did something. Or mama. If I don't answer him, he'll be like mama, Danielle. Like that's the only time he calls me mom. But that's fine. But why can't he just call me?
What
I
he
mean, yes,
what he
when
feels
he's
comfortable calling you.
so and I hate hearing when they try to force a child to call somebody else their parent, and that goes to this. What I was saying was my youngest daughter, when I got out of prison, and I was involved in like we had this. I mean, I talked to him all the time when I was in prison. I got out, and like 3 years after I got out, and I called to talk to her one day, and you know what? She got off the bus, and my cousin was talking to me. She's like, Danielle, I don't think that it's a good thing that you talk. I'm like, what do you mean? So either stuff was being put in her head, brainwashing, or maybe she really felt this way. But my cousin asked her if she wanted to talk to me, and my daughter started crying, and she said, I don't understand. I got two mommies. I just don't get it. And that kind of hurt. It hurt. It did, because it's not the fact that she had two mommies. It was the fact that what was she being told? Because I was under the impression that she knows I'm Mommy Danielle, and she knows I got in trouble. But after that, from then forward, she did not have anything to do. Like, she went and talked. Like, apparently she said she didn't want to talk to me. But my daughter, she knows who I am. She knows I'm mom. But it makes you wonder what these people tell our kids, and this is family. Like, I mean,
Exactly. That's what my daughter came to a visit one time. She the one with autism, and she's like, are you still my mommy? And I was like, yeah, I'll always be your mommy. Why are you asking? And then come to find out, it wasn't until I read it in some of my paperwork, is that the children were told to call the people that were fostering them mom and
there you
dad.
go.
So, yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It is that they can try to confuse them and manipulate them and brainwash them. And that had to have been something that was going on with my daughter, my youngest.
Hmm.
Now, when I tell y'all my youngest, I mean, I still even have, I mean, like, my daughter, I know, but she's the one that, she was young. She was very young when I went to prison. She was like 15 months. No, she was older than that. She was 2 years old, but she was still little, so, and I mean, she knows I went away. My oldest, which is my son, of course he knows, because he said I would be in timeout for a really long time when I got out, and I was. So I couldn't do anything when he went to school, which was cool. I mean, that's my boy, It taught me, look, I never went back. No. But you don't realize what it does, our bad decisions, what they do to our children. And now that my kids are older, my daughter, my oldest, has spoken out. Like, but am I upset with her for saying these things? No. But does it hurt? I mean, yeah, but she's voicing herself, But also, is she being brainwashed? Was she being told these things? Because it's not. yeah, shame on me. I should have never done what I done, you know, and shame on me. And that's time I can't ever make up to my children, you know. I wish I could, but you know, I don't want to dwell in the past, but I know it hurts my kids that they were they my girls. I mean, they have every right to be upset with me, you know, and so does my son. I mean, I'm mom, and I should have known better, you know. But when someone takes a situation and fabricates a bunch of baloney and makes it seem so much worse than, I mean, it's bad either way that I wasn't around my kids at the beginning, like when I went to prison and stuff. So, but I want to know where the misunderstanding happened, because that's where I don't get it. Why can't people hear both sides of the story, right? But these courts are not, nobody's wanting to hear our side. Nobody. I don't know about you. I know about me. They kept me in the holding cell in the bottom of the courthouse. It was
So
cold.
even when I went to all the hearings. I think I found it like 16 hearings for the children's case. And even though like we had court appointed attorneys, we were standing there. The only thing we pretty much were allowed to say is, "Yeah, I'm Brenda Cameron, the mother." That was it. And then it was like
Y'all
we
see my
really didn't
clothes.
say anything else.
My clothes. I got a full clothes, y'all. Y'all see it? I got a full clothes. Don't tell nobody. I think on what you did was great. You cared about your kids, Danielle. You know, yeah, I did. When I had to make that decision, y'all, it was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. But I had to think about my kids. I couldn't be greedy with my children's life. It wasn't their fault that I made stupid decisions. You know, it wasn't their fault. They should have not had to suffer or had to be have their kid life taken from them. You know, like for one, a kid should never be have to stress at that age. You know, my kids were they were young. They were young. Like I said, my youngest was only she was only like 2 or 3, because she was born in 2009. So, and I went to prison in 2011. But you know, the whole time I was in prison and everything, like me and my youngest, I would write her letters. They would come visit, and we had this thing, like I drew her like I love you all the way to the moon and the stars, you know. So when I was released, and as time progressed on, you know, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, just one day, after me being out for at least 2 years, I even asked my mom. I said, "Mom, why can't I? What did I do? Like, why can't I see my girls? Why can't I talk to my girls?" And let me tell y'all, my mom and my nanny were planning on a surprise for me and my daughters. Are you two on Facebook? I'll send you private messages. I like to send you a private message. Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Um, if you just go into Danielle's name, right? They could just go to your messages in your name.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm on there. Yeah, somewhere's on there. Danielle Waugh, WAUGH. I'm out there. I'm somewhere. It was the hardest decision, but where I don't understand is what caused the isolation after my release, you know? And I never got answers. And my mom didn't even know. But back to what I was saying. So in 2017, my mom and my nanny and my dad were babysitting. Like they were watching my daughter for my aunt, the one that has guardianship over her, while she was working. And so it was my son and my daughter there, my daughter Layla, my 17-year-old. And she was young. She was so my mom calls me and I'm at work, and she's like, "Danielle, when you come in, like when you're on your way home or whatnot, pick up your brother and come by. Stop in, you know." Okay, cool. I was all about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that that she had my daughter, and when she told me, it was the best feeling ever, that finally I get to hug my little girl, And when I tell you, I showed up, me and my brother, and walked in the house, and when my daughter seen me, she started screaming, "I love you, Mom, but she's gonna be mad at me." My mother was so heartbroken and upset. My daughter, why was she doing that? What was being told to my daughter to make her cry out like that? When I was, what was she banned from seeing me or something? Or like, she had to have been told something, right? To be screaming out like that. Like, when I tell you, I can still hear the scream and the cry in my mind. Like, and that's something that'll follow me for the rest of my life, And I just want to know, like, what was told to this child, and why couldn't she see me? My mother was so upset, and my son was like, Sissy, it's okay. It's just Mama. It's just Danielle. It's okay. She's not gonna, she's here to see you. It was supposed to be a surprise. And my son's like, surprise, and, he was trying to calm the situation down, diffuse it. He's like, surprise, and he's like, look, let's go, and he's like, Danielle, she ain't listening. I said, it's okay, Bubba, it's okay. He's like, boy, she's one mad monkey, ain't she? I said, Alex, I said, yeah, but it'll be okay. I'm going to go play on Snapchat. That's what he said. He loved the filters on Snap. So he went with my nanny. But my mom took my daughter on the porch, and she's like trying to calm her down. And my daughter was hysterical. And that hurt. Because what has been told to this child to make her afraid to see her own mother? And this is a family member now. What could have been told so hateful to make her cry out like that and just think that she's going to get in trouble for seeing me, right? What do y'all think about that? Like, that is neglect and abuse, I would think. Like, I mean, I don't know what y'all think about that, but I would think that would be like neglect and abuse, or definitely trying to break up a parent-child bond. Yeah. And I can tell you right now, with my girls.
My daughter, again, she'd come to visit, and she would say, this is like after they stopped my husband's visit, for something that they were never able to prove, and he never did get his visits back. So, but she's like, they're telling me that I can't talk about daddy. And I'm saying, well, you could talk about whatever you want. I mean, the judge, and in fact, the judge said the kids can talk about whatever they want. And, but if they ask questions about home or something like that, you're supposed to tell them, oh, well, that's an adult topic or something like that. And I'm thinking in my head, there is nothing adult about this whole situation. So you're pretty much telling me to lie to the children.
Why would they want them to be think like adults?
Right.
That's just
because
wrong.
I mean, we're trying to reassure the kids. I'm sure you're going to be able to come home soon, and then they'd go to these counselors. God knows they went to class a few times or something, and all of a sudden they're a counselor for your child, and they're saying, they're confused. It's making them confused because their parents are telling them they're going to come home soon. Well, that's what I've been told. I said, all you have to do is go through these programs, and your kids will be back, really quickly. And apparently, they were lying to us too.
Like, my son, when my mother passed, there was a guardianship order in place, and I should have went back in front of the judge and got, it was just a paperwork thing, and just said, hey, I'm going to be his caregiver, and it's just, it was all paperwork. But I was denied that pretty much because my aunt took him from the house and kept him away from me, isolated him from me. I mean, and my son when my son was placed into foster care, and he was with this gentleman that was third. He was a provider, so it's a third party that I guess DFCS contracts out with. And this guy was sitting with my son like 24/7. My son was being hoteled. I mean, when I tell you, for my son to go from a loving home to what he went through, like, could you imagine being my child, my son, and not understanding? Like, you were, and I could just imagine, and that was my biggest worry. Like, what's going through his head? What's he thinking? I don't want my son thinking that I don't want to let him down. I don't want him thinking that I'm not fighting for him. And it felt so good when because my son was mute when he first got in foster care, and he was with the provider. Well, I finally, when I found my son and finally got into communication with him, and got to pop up on the video visit, right? Because they had me on a tablet screen before I got to see him one time in person, before they sent him out there. It was crazy. I got to hug my son one time after not seeing him since my mother passed, and they took him and sent him out of state without even saying anything. I had a visit. There was a visit scheduled, and when I showed up for it, there was no sign of my son, no call, nothing, and that's messed up. That's wrong. So my son was sent out to a state where he don't know nobody, he don't have family, no community. And do you think they were helping me get out there to my son to keep the bond? No, hell no. No, they even said in one of the court date that I was in the holding cell at, y'all, I can't sit here and say that for these court hearings that I never. I mean, apparently everybody says there's a lot of court hearings. I don't know that because I was not notified. I was isolated. When I tell you they railroaded me, they did a darn good job. Not this, but I could smell BS from the beginning because I knew what me and my family agreed upon over a decade ago. But if it was still in place for my daughters, why couldn't it be in place for my son as well, And that's where it's messed up. Because each one of them had the same. But I don't even know where I'm going with this. I was saying something, and now I had a brain fart. I'm so sorry, y'all. That's not good. That sucks. That's bad. My mind just said,
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. That's my aha moment. Aha. All right, let's see. Dr. Des said, going to have worker here in the morning, going to find what I need to do to get my kids back and find out, is they going to stand on the court order for removal, which is not a removal warrant? And should I proceed on criminal charges in federal court on kidnapping? Don't let them did they already take your kids, Dr. Des? Are they still in the home with you? Don't let them take them babies. I wish more parents would speak out. There's so many parents still afraid out there. There's a lot of parents going through this. And I know a mom that has been going through it since she was a single mother, special needs daughter, nonverbal. And she was going through it and as a single parent, and all she did was take her daughter to the hospital, and they took the kid and tried. And she's a health professional, she works in the healthcare field, and they took her daughter. And now, you know what she has to do? She has to take, for Easter, she had to take the stuff up to the DFCS office to give to her daughter because they will not let her talk or see her daughter. Her daughter's in a foster home with a group home, but the guardian's out of state. I don't understand it. I didn't know that the guardians could be out of state.
And that's what they were saying about that shooter for in the university there in Florida. They had a whole they put it up on the news. It was a whole situation where they talked about how detrimental it was to the child's health that he was separated from his biological mother. This was like happened in 2015. His mom tried to take him into her custody. Decided the best idea was to go out of the country because she wanted to be with her son. Went to Norway, but again, it's just so many things that are
Sorry.
detrimental to a child's well-being that they need that parent relationship. Otherwise, I mean, you're just taking everything they know away, like everything they've known.
Who
Oh
is that?
no, are you serious?
That is. I was a art. Yeah, that's me. That's high
ROT,
school.
yeah, they called it ROTC when I was in school. That's crazy.
That was a I was in Air Force ROTC and I loved it. And we moved
Really?
my sophomore year, and I did like I was upset that we had to move. I was doing really good in this program at the school I was at. And then my mom was like, "Well, you're moving," and I wanted to stay with my grandparents. I did, and because I wanted to stay in school. Because when I tell you I was doing really good, I was doing great. I mean, straight A's. It was my freshman year, going into my sophomore. I was like, yeah. I mean, it was awesome. And then when she made us move, I was like a little rebel without, didn't care because, how could, oh my goodness, I'm a teenager and how could this happen to me? No, I'm going to miss all my friends.
Right? All your
And I
friends that
went,
you made and everything, everything's gonna
yeah,
change.
and I didn't want to start over. And I was I was on drill team color guard. I was color guard commander. I mean, it was great. It was, I mean, yeah, it was amazing. I did drill team exhibition, like spin the rifles. I mean, and we did that. Like we did competitions. Like we went to competitions and did all this. Got ribbons, all kinds of. I mean, it was great. Like, I mean, y'all see, that's my freshman year, and I was just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look, that was. I don't know what happened with me. I'm just kidding. I got old. But
It's all here from there.
my son. So and it my my dream was to be in the military. That's what my goal was, and I wanted to join the Marines. I did finish high school. I did graduate in 2002. I graduated with 4 years junior ROTC under my belt. I was going in the military as it wasn't an officer. It was like the highest enlisted, I think an E5 or something, E6. It was high. I know that. So because of the ROTC,
Mhm.
and you know, and then something happened, and guess what? I I ended up going down the wrong path.
Mhm.
Um, but I am who I am today because if I didn't go through these things, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I wouldn't be here with y'all today. So things happen for a reason in life, and I fully believe that what's ahead of us is for some, like with my son, he's gonna be like there's for him to go through so much. Oh, somebody found us. Hey, oh, we just had one person. Hey, come back, visitor. I mean, we got visitors, we got viewers, but they're on the channel. They're not here on StreamYard with us. But y'all, this is just a test run. This is just us saying, hey, what's up? I really do like Restream better because it's so much easier. Like you can just go in and just go live, and this one has so much stuff. Like
Yeah,
this is
we
something like
we gotta keep up with the times, people. Times they
right.
are changing.
Yes, they are.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I was looking at because I don't know if anybody's ever seen that statement I put up with my daughter when when I had her for a couple of days. We just had a great time. Like we didn't bother to think about we didn't talk too much about things that happened when she was in the foster care or anything like that. We just I decided I'm just going to take this time to let her know that I'm here, and I wanted to do everything I could to help her. I'm not your daughter, and I'm so glad you're not, because you're will you stop it? You gotta put that down. We're done with that now.
That is what my daughter was telling me on
I
TikTok.
know.
Y'all.
It's so, and I'm thinking, Danielle, you're taking it very well because she understands that your daughter is just acting out because of
She is
maybe things
hurt,
she's
but
been
she's also
told.
confused.
She's
She's
been
confused.
hurt. Yeah.
It's been brainwashed. I know that for sure. And I think I kind of, I think I was prepared for it. I knew it was coming because of the way things happen with my son.
Hmm.
That's how. Because when I tell you after my mother passed, girl, the whole thing with my son was just like, I mean, talk about catching me off guard. Like, whoa, that was like from the side, like, I mean, in that it was scary. You know, my mom passes, I lose my son. My son's
Yeah,
gone.
the kids are scared. They don't know, what to expect. They've been, having all these things going on and nobody to explain it to them. Now, this is what I want to say. I'm just going to read this real quick. This was like I took a transcript of what my daughter said on that tape because sometimes it's kind of hard to hear what she's saying. And she says, it's Jason and Miss Esther's fault. Now, Miss Esther was the foster placement, and Jason was the casework supervisor. And it's Miss Mary's fault. Now, she was the caseworker. And she said to me, it's not your fault. They took me away from my parents, she says. These people are not my parents. They are not my real mommy and daddy. You're my real mommy. I was afraid I would never see you again because I love you guys more than Miss Esther because Miss Esther is black. She's not white like me. She was a racist, she says. You're the only American I know because you're my real mommy. They don't understand what I say. I never want to be apart again, she says. And again, she says it's Miss Mary and Mr. Jason's fault. I never want to go to foster care again. It's all Jason's fault and Miss Mary's fault. I had to go to foster care, and she repeats it. And that was weird about the whole thing because in my discoveries from Charlotte County after they locked me up for trying to get her out of that situation, um, I noticed that it said that that her and her little brother had visit, and they kept saying a certain date. I don't remember what the date was, but they were bound and determined that everybody knew this particular date that the kids were supposed to be seeing each other. They were supposed to see each other every other week, but they lived. They had them staying like 7 hours apart from each other. So then I noticed like I got the school records for Sage, and it was like you go through them, and they anytime that the kids had a visit or something like that, they would pull that Sage out of school. The date that they were saying that the kids visited, she wasn't pulled out of school at all, and it wasn't a holiday or anything like that. So it's like,
Then
why
why
would they
did
go so
you
much to through so much trouble to lie about no, knowing that they're doing something wrong by saying, "Oh yeah, she visits her brother every other week." No, I'm sorry to say it's not happening. And can you imagine just being not only torn away from your parents and everything you know, but then you're torn away from your siblings as well?
Yeah, and they're supposed to keep the siblings in contact with each other. And my daughters didn't see my son for 2 years, and it I mean, they totally, the CPS, they went against everything that they were believed in, that was in their whatever, like their job description, or that's in the protocol, you know. Sorry, y'all, got one of these things. It's fun. It's a spinner. My bad. Gotta do it. Yeah, gotta do it. Just like my son, boy. These things are awesome. Anyways, so so Miss Luann said she hold on, where is it at? She said she wanted to say goodnight to everyone and hopes to see everyone again, and she's sending her prayers. Same to you, Miss Luann, and we'll send Vinny our love, and we'll keep him in our prayers, and the kid and the family. And y'all have a good evening.
Well,
And
yeah, Luann, I'm gonna be on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Bringing Brenda back on tomorrow at 9.
oh yeah, you
So,
are.
yeah, definitely give Lynn and Vinny our love, and we're thinking about them for sure.
And so let's see. So Dr. Death said yes, they did take the kids, and then his wife had a mental breakdown and called the cops on me one day before we gone to court. So now we have to wait another 6 months to get the kids. Um,
Oh,
they live in Iowa. Iowa, ain't that where Carrie lived? Yeah, Carrie. I miss Carrie. I do. Yeah. Night, Dr. Death. We're still here. I was telling Miss Luann good night. We're gonna be on for like another 10 minutes. Y'all, tonight's gonna be better. Um, this was a last minute thing
just
where I
a
was called
minute
and said,
because
"Hey, Danielle," like, huh? Right
Darren
now?
had to run off somewhere, and he's like, "Okay, you guys, you gals, just go ahead and do what you want to do." And we did it. We
I said
tried
I'd
something
do
new.
that
Why not?
anyways. I said
Huh?
I'd do that I told him I said I'd do that anyways.
Right? I
Like,
do what I want.
then I'm like, wait a minute. I said, you're talking about the Punisher show, like the last show. I said, oh boy. I said, and you're gonna let me loose on that? I said, oh no. And what did I do? I screwed it up already. Like, I mean, at least I know I got a link to the channel, and we can see the channel. Oh, it's okay, Dr. Death. We got about 10 more minutes. We're gonna be here with y'all about 10 more minutes. We're gonna ride out for an hour. I did like tomorrow night. We'll probably just use Restream to go live. I know that we have Brenda's show at 9. I don't even know if Gunner's doing a show. Look, y'all, who was in my live earlier?
Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It seems like this week is dragging on. Does it seem like
It's
it's
all
to
look,
anybody else?
right?
I'm
Is
like,
today
shouldn't it be
Tuesday or
Friday
Wednesday?
already?
Today was dragging. Oh yeah, it was horrible. I'm like,
Oh
man,
my
what is in
god.
the weather? What's the weather? It was raining. It was sunny. It was raining. Then it was hot. I
Yeah.
can't do this heat. Like, I don't have. I got a fan in my room, and we got AC in the house, but my room's hot. It's hot. It is hot in this room.
Yeah, there's always a room that's hotter, right? In fact,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I used the door because it was kind of cool, but it's like I think
And it's
I
like that
turned up the
sticky outlet.
I turned up the
Chris sees
heat.
their son tomorrow, and Dr. Death sees their kids Thursday.
Oh
So
wow.
that's
Okay.
awesome. How's the
So
temper
I'm glad we
tantrum or
didn't
the
miss that.
meltdowns going, Chris? Did you ever get that taken care of? Okay, that's what I want to let's ask everybody. What do y'all consider a meltdown and what do y'all consider a temper tantrum? If what do y'all consider each one of them? Like a meltdown, in my eyes, a meltdown is like crying, and then a temper tantrum is like out of anger, upset, you know?
Yes. Yeah, you're right about that. I believe that's
So
what it is.
yeah, well,
Because a
Chris,
tantrum is when you're throwing your fist
right,
around, you're like breaking things and stuff like that. A meltdown is just you're
right.
probably going to curl up in a ball and just cry, you know?
Right. So Chris's son, they've been saying has been having temper tantrums, and I mean, he wants to be home with his mom, and he probably is going through a lot of changes. They probably changed up his routine, and she's working on getting him home, reunification is for my son's appointment, and then I see him for my visit tomorrow, Friday for the visit. So how's the is he gotten worse with the temper tantrums? Did they ever? Or you think they're just trying to label him and say that? Because my thing is they need to think when they take these kids and put them in a whole new environment. I'm sorry, if that was me, I'd be throwing. I'd be, yeah. I
You'd
mean,
be throwing a temper
especially
tantrum.
I probably would, definitely. Oh yeah,
over.
I would.
I
I
was
would
wondering
be.
though, she's saying she was able to go into an appointment. Like, is this
Therapist. Yeah,
with the
they go to
therapist? See,
they
and
go
they
to the
never let
appointment.
us do that. That's what really
They
was something to me. Like, the parents are supposed to be involved with the therapy,
they
not
kept me
us.
out of everything.
Yep.
My grandson has a field trip to the Wichita Zoo. My daughter gets to go. Debbie, do you get to go too, or just Chris? You know they always pick one family member to pick on. I've noticed when it comes
Hmm.
to these cases. Like I know. I mean, I guess I was. I mean, we're all the parents are always we're picked on, we're bullied, and we're fighting back. We're stepping up. We're not taking their crap no more. Like it's my thing is people they're lying, they're manipulating, they are being malicious, they are being shady, they are being crooked, they are being bullies, and they are picking on our children.
Mhm.
What is wrong with these people? Like, what did the kids do so bad that you have to stoop to that level to pick on a child? Um, come pick on me.
Mhm.
Hey, come pick on me. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and back down from them. I'm not, and I can't. There's too many families out there and too many parents dependent on us that are, we need each other right now. All parents, anybody going through this. We even need parents that are out there just on sitting in your living room watching us. Hey, we need you too. Yeah. Yes, we do. Whether you got that's the ones, they look at us like, when we're talking, they look at us like, oh my goodness, we're just we just look like a bunch of chickens with our head cut off, like running around like we done lost our minds or something. But no, they don't realize they need to listen to the stories, the realness to these stories. These are real stories, real children going through unimaginable pain, trying to navigate through a system that's, guess what, broken. System's been broken for a while now, a long while. Like, I can't. It has been broken for a while. Now, when I go back and think about my nanny and my papa and my granny and grandfather and all that, I never heard them say much about child protective services. Did you? Like I was born in '84, so like the early '90s. You didn't hear about child protective services much, did you? No,
Never.
nowhere near like
Um,
what we do now. Nowhere near
no,
like what we
not
do.
at all. And is it just because it's in our algorithms? Because when we watch, when of what we watch, I don't know, but I remember like vaguely just hearing things. Oh yeah, they found some kids that were abused. Something about DCF, and you really didn't pay any attention to it. You really
No.
didn't, because your life was great. You had things going on, and who wants to hear the depressing news? No one.
Look, my parents would put us outside and tell us to come home when the streetlights come on. We'd drink out of the hose bib. I mean, we were fine. We were kids and we had a blast.
Mm.
And we had no worries in the world. Like, man, the only thing is that you better not try to walk up in that house without knocking or making sure mama can hear you, because we were outside
Don't
playing.
sneak
Like,
in. Don't sneak in.
no, no. If the street look, and if you come home a minute after the street lights come on, oh boy, that was our cue to get to the house. But see, back then we didn't have cell phone. Well, when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones. Then I'd take off on my 4-wheeler, and you didn't have to worry about somebody like like here I am, a grown adult, my son is too, and these people are hovering over us at these visits. But yet I created that man, that boy. That's my flesh, my blood, my human. I mean, it's like my creation. You know. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like it's
that sounds so
stealing. They're
hard.
stealing. They're stealing
But,
your
and
everything
for
from you. They're just stealing everything.
right, and for them to take and think that they can control and overlook that kind of. Excuse me, what are they thinking? I don't butt in their conversations, do we? No. My son had no privacy, nothing. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, they even on video visits, y'all, they would watch, like, monitor us talking. I said, "Oh, am I going to say something wrong or something?" Like, it sucks. It's like, okay, this is my son, and my son even asked them, "Why are y'all?" That's my mother. That's Danielle. Why can't I talk to my mother? That's what he said, my mother. Okay.
Right.
Like, listen, like,
Reminds me of my sister-in-law,
he was
mother.
really mother. He was really
Right.
bothered by that, though. Like, because
It's
what is,
true. It's
I mean, I'm
like,
not,
what are the kids thinking? Like, we have to be watched over like we're lab rats or a zoo animal,
man,
and you're
let me tell you,
studying us? I mean, do you
that's
want to
exactly
know
what I felt
how to
like.
become great parents like we are? I don't know.
I said, even my probation don't even stand up. Yes, Athena, Athena, I hear you, honey. That's the dog. She is awake. Athena, Athena. She hears you. It's okay. I think I woke her up, but it's okay. She'll be all right.
Oh, no.
Athena, we can hear you, baby. Athena, we can hear you. I think I woke her up. It's okay.
Quiet down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you too. Shh. Go back to bed. Bro's waiting on you, ain't he? Where's my brother? Maybe I should go check on my brother.
Well,
Hold on.
yep, we got the late night owls up with us tonight.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm getting old. I'm getting old, y'all. Like, I ain't young like I used to be. Phew.
Jeez, my
It's like
baby
night.
girl, what are you talking about? If you're old, I don't know what to say I am.
I still can't. I still can't grasp the
So
concept that I'm
Danielle
40.
is the same age as my oldest son. So, yeah.
That's my buddy. Hawk's my buddy. He don't even know it though. Hawk, if you can
Well,
hear me, hey, there you go, buddy. You got to show him
okay.
that
Well,
too.
I'm talking about my oldest.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Look, well, for him too. There, see, but still, Hawk's my favorite. I
Yeah,
don't even.
and that's the
I
thing
know
is,
she's
it's
got
like
some really good.
I think with everything everybody goes through, it's like it's strain on the whole family because you wonder, okay, well, you're not hearing from your older kids anymore. Why? Oh, they got their own little lives with their little son, and they don't want this little grandma to be part of it. Well, maybe they're scared. Maybe they're scared of a situation that they know we were in, and they don't want to be part of that. Who knows?
Yeah,
Like I
we'll never
say,
know
it just
until they
all
talk
seems
to
to be a
us.
big strain on the whole family. Not just the parents, not just the
And
children. I mean,
um,
it could be aunts, uncles, grandmas,
right,
the older
and
siblings, of course.
right, and this is not just an isolated incident. This is a national crisis. Like, this is nationwide, but it's also worldwide. It's in the UK. It's in Australia. I mean, it's overseas, and even over where Miss Clearwater is, they have forced adoptions on newborns. Can you believe that? Forced adoptions on newborn babies.
Wow.
Bless their hearts. So, well, y'all, we're gonna have to. Are you? We're gonna have to end the show. Are y'all ready? You ready, Brenda? You want any last words?
Um,
Remember, back on tonight. I'll be on at
mm,
5:30, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
okay.
Sorry, hold on. Brenda will be on at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I think, right?
Yes, 9
And then
Eastern, and
the
we
Punisher
can
show.
do this. We can do this on our own. We're big girls
Y'all,
now.
I'm gonna be sleeping today, and then I'll be up at 4 to see y'all at 5. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
And
better.
thing is, I was
Um.
going to thinking what Danielle was saying about it's not an isolated incident. That's what we said years and years ago before our children were ever taken in any thought of in our mind that this would ever happen to
Right.
us. But
Right.
when
Nobody
these
never.
like
I was
these
younger.
rampage shootings started and stuff like that, and then in the schools, the
I
mass
really thought I was
shootings,
going
all
to
these
be married
different
with the
things.
white picket fence, Brenda. I
What?
really thought I really thought I was going to be married with the white picket fence, like I dreamed about, like
Oh
fairy
my
tale.
gosh, I seen that. I seen that the other day. Me and Hawk were actually driving, taking a shortcut or whatever. I'm like, look at that. That's what everybody wants. A house with a white
That's
picket fence. And this,
every
it
every
had the most perfect
girl,
little
every
white picket
girl
fence you ever want to see.
watches Cinderella, and yes, but I don't know what happened with me because I got 3 kids by 2 different men, and my oldest, and I wouldn't trade. I would never change anything about my children. Never. My kids are a blessing. They are wonderful. They are beautiful. They are one of a kind. They are in their own unique way. You know, every kid is they're all special. They're a child's a blessing. I'm going to tell you, a child's a blessing. And just to think that we created our children, you know, our kids. That's our flesh and blood, and we can't even be a part of their life. It's very it's stomach wrenching, you know. It's gut wrenching, like it's and I know some families it hurts like us to see them out in the stores and walking with their kids or on the play places. Heck, I get on the play place with the kids and play with them. Like I slide down the slide. I mean, sometimes you got to. I mean, and it's a good feeling. I mean, I'm a big kid myself. I'm sorry. Like, I'll never grow up. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
It's okay.
Me either.
It's
You would
okay.
think, but I
No,
mean,
I'm gonna
it
be.
seems weird to me because I got married when I was really young, and it's almost like with my oldest, my oldest that are the same age as Danielle. It's like we grew up together, us
Nate.
because we were just learning ourselves. We were just like, what? I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm carrying on a baby. I never even hardly babysat anybody my whole life, and here I am taking care of it. Um, so in any case, everybody, tune in tomorrow. We're gonna be on, and
Brenda, what color do they have to wear? Debbie said she read
oh,
somewhere you should wear a certain color, a certain
that's
color.
supposed
Do
to
you know what
be.
color that
Let's
is?
reveal that tomorrow because I can't get into that right now. But it's supposed to be on the
It's that
25th, which is Friday.
it's Friday. Is
For
that the
the
parental alienation thing?
yeah, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't like the alienation word. A lot of times alienation has to do with when two parents split up. But I say, it's a parent, let's make it into the parent driven movement, to make awareness of, CPS chaos across the country.
We can be parents
Um,
too. We have a right.
yeah.
We have a liberty
And,
right. I mean, to be a part of our children's life. It's a liberty
right.
interest.
We're parents.
And
We're not going to sit back and we're not going to be unnoticed.
we're gonna
I,
we want our
I
families
don't know.
back.
We'll wear some flying colors. Who knows? Yeah, it's something. Well,
Oh,
I'll look
don't
it
tell
up.
me
I'll
that.
have it on
I'll wear some bright
my
stuff.
show tomorrow.
I'll
Yeah.
wear bright colors. I love
Or look at
color.
what I
Like
posted, guys. I posted it on my Facebook page. If somebody can't wait till tomorrow.
yes. It's on there. It's if y'all go check out the Facebook, it is on there. I can't I don't know exactly.
No,
Ooh, my
because
computer's
I posted it
very
today. If you
sensitive.
go to Brenda Cameron on Facebook, you look at my post for today. You'll see it.
Thank you, Debbie. Debbie said we are really great ladies. Thank you, Debbie. That's very sweet of you. I've got,
For
it's
some
good.
reason, I was
It's good to
thinking
hear
it was
you. And y'all are
black.
amazing.
I don't know. I'm gonna have
No,
to look at that. I'm
is it
gonna have to
blue?
look at it.
No, surely it's not black. I know it's and let's see. Don't forget May 18th. Dr. Des said May 18th. Virginia, y'all. Let's be up there. I'm going. I'm locked in.
My
I
God,
got
I'm gonna
travel
go
tickets
into
from
my
tomorrow.
the time warp, and yeah, I'm going into I have a time machine, and I'll be popping up over there surely.
Girl, I better charge up my Turbo Buster 3000,
Right.
or get my click my heels now. Yeah,
Like that.
we'll be
I'm
there.
gonna strap on my jetpack.
Tiffany
It'll be no
Publishing's gonna be
problem.
there. You know, we're just gonna meet up and we're gonna shout out, you know, because the voices got to be
Yeah,
heard,
guys.
y'all. We gotta.
Cause like I don't know. Have you ever met Darren? I've never met Darren face up. I've never met Danielle face up. I never met anybody over here face up.
Look, y'all all met
Um.
me through this computer, and let me tell you, there ain't nothing different about me. What I am,
Yeah.
the way I am
That's
on
what's
here is the
really
way I
good
am
about
in
this.
person. Like
That's
I
what's
am
really.
who I am. I don't switch. I'm not gonna change
I
who I.
am who I am.
I am who I say I am, and I am who I am. Sam, I am, but that's not my name. Danielle, I am. My name is Marie, but I go by my middle name. So, because my mother,
Yeah, I was just
she
figuring
went.
that out the other day when you were sending me stuff. I'm like, what, Marie
Look,
Diane? And my mom did that
yeah. Well,
too.
my
Her
mother.
name was
Yeah,
Margaret
my mom's stuff ended
initially.
up
That
on my
was my
credit.
grandma's name, Margaret, and it was Margaret Elaine. But since they didn't want the confusion, she always used Elaine. So
Well,
yeah.
that's look. I went through the confusion. I was like 16, and my mom's like hospital bill went on my credit and everything. At 16, I had bad credit. I'm like, what? Because my mom's middle name was Marie, and then my first name is Marie, so she would go by Marie, and then we had the same last name. So
Oh, it was.
so if I had to put my legal name, it's my government name, y'all. Marie Danielle Watt. That's me. That I go by Danielle because of my mother, but eventually she had to go by her first name because the older I got, the more like, yeah, it was, I'm like, Mom, you need to go by your name so I can use my first name. Like, because I mean, they'll give you trouble about that if you go by your middle name. So thank goodness because they got us mixed up a lot. And like my brother, he's a junior, so like, and he's got the same name as my dad, but my dad's a senior, my brother's a junior, and so you could just imagine they could switch that up, and it can cause a chaotic mess. I mean,
Mm,
yeah.
that's what
Virginia. What about Virginia? Okay, so DKAH, we in Virginia, we're having a meetup where we're going to be meeting up and with other people, and what was it? We're going to be speaking out, like kind of like a peaceful, not a peaceful protest, but a peaceful gathering and
demonstration.
voicing. Who? Demonstrate like a meetup. It's like I'm not a memorial. That sounds harsh. That's bad. It's not a memorial. It's a like a get together, but we're gonna be sharing our stories and talking about everything, and just right there in Virginia.
Is it
That's
going to
the
be like any of the leaders of Virginia going to be there as well?
I believe so. Yes, they're gonna have some there. We can get autographs from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if y'all want my autograph, hey, run it. Like, I'll sign. Look,
Bringing it
I'm just
back.
so what is happening in Virginia? So in Virginia, it's going to be a get together, and it's time to rally up and speak out. We're
Advocates,
going to be
parents,
advocates,
victims.
parents, and we're going to we're going to be sharing our stories and just bringing light to this, like others have. So it's just a get together and just like a big rally that we're going to have up there and meet up and just speak it out and talk all about it, share our stories with one another, speak to these higher ups, whatever we can do, just peaceful, and meet each other. And it's in West. I'll have more details. DKH. I will have more details. I know it's in Westminster, I think, or West Manchester. Correct me. I will definitely correct.
Winchester. I think Winchester,
West.
Virginia.
Yes, that's it. Winchester. That's right. So it's May 18th in Winchester, Virginia. And don't listen to Darren because he says West Virginia. So don't do that because you'll be lost. Because I was going to show
Westminster.
them.
No,
Yes,
that's
and where at? It's going to be in what did you say?
Winchester.
Look, I want to say Westminster, Winchester, Virginia, and the location in Winchester. I will get more details. Okay, they don't care about kids or anything. I don't. I know everyone in Richmond and Washington D.C. Yeah, Washington. Richmond, Virginia. I've worked in Richmond for a minute. Glen Allen. I worked in Glen Allen. I worked in Richmond, and Alexandria. Very different. All three of them places were very different, but beautiful.
Alexandria, Virginia as well. There's an Alexandria, Louisiana, not too
Yeah,
far from here.
yeah. Alexandria, Virginia. It was very different than Richmond and Glen Allen. It was
Mhm.
more like it was yeah. This thing's beeping at me. So all right. So I will have more details on that DKAH. Definitely will. So I do not believe in that. I only believe in Jesus, not the devil. Right. You guys are yeah, I don't believe in wearing black. Well, Harry, but I'm like,
I
you know,
didn't know what for
I
sure it
believe
was, but
in
I think it's morally, people are going to be getting together in
night, Doctor
what
Death.
I hear, and it's supposed to be some type of parent appreciation day or whatever you want to call it. Who knows?
Yeah, it's it's
That's what I
right.
thought. If anybody's like happened to be at their, close to their capital or whatever in their state, I mean, it might be a good opportunity to go out there because it is. I think it's what is it? Arbor Day on the 25th as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I
So
mean, we
we're gonna
stand for
have
the
some fun.
trees, please. I'm gonna
Trees.
repost some of my TikTok stuff because I thought that was a pretty good one. I was the Lorax, and I stand for the trees and my children.
So we will definitely have more information. Hopefully on tonight's show, y'all. We got the 5 o'clock p.m. We got unmasking false dark hair corruption with me, and then 9 o'clock with Brenda. I'm bringing back Brenda, and then we'll have the Punisher show in the evening. Maybe he'll join us, but this time instead of it going to be this late, it's going to be at 10 o'clock Eastern time because I was way off tonight. Like I didn't get the call
Right.
till like 11. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Um, Congressmen and women's and Senate governors. Yeah, it's hard to all sometimes all they want is like a political gameship.
Mhm.
I just wish they would listen to us more because
Yeah,
they
me
can help
too.
with this.
'Cause
But
I
at
really
the
get
end,
discouraged because I've been calling them for
we
years and
got
years,
the power.
and
We're powerful.
mhm,
We the people. We are powerful. We
we're a
gotta get this
force to be
knowledge.
reckoned
We
with.
gotta get this. We right? Like what was that show? Captain Planet? Oh boy, our Power Rangers. It's morphin' time. No, I'm just kidding. Like that's what I think about. I think about like all that.
We're the
Like we're going to
wonder,
battle, man.
Danielle. We're the Wonder Twin
The,
powers activate.
look, I'm so, and Naylor one night he was saying something and he was talking about he said that's street justice, Danielle, and I'm like, wait a minute, that would be a good comic or a little comedy like cartoon for this, and it would be like street justice, and we'll be spitting like case law out there on the streets, like that'd be what's up, and it'd be like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle type scene, it'd be cool. And Naylor's like, Danielle, what are you doing? I'm like, my mind's just. I said I was just thinking. I was like, street justice. That sounds like a heck of a dang good comic. And because you when you're going through this nightmare with CPS and this traumatizing like event in our life that we should never have to go through, you have to have a personality or a sense of humor in a way, because I'm
Yeah,
telling you, this will get the best of you sometimes, and
it will. It will. I've seen
if
it
it's
in
good to
too
have.
many people too. Too many people.
Yeah,
You,
and
you
I've
gotta
seen
you
also
gotta
too
always
many
look
people.
at the bright side of your life, even though
Yeah.
you know.
And let's see, I pray 24/7. Awesome, DK. And definitely, I do believe in Jesus. Yes, I do. I do believe in my higher power. Yes. And I do pray. And also, so does my son. My son's favorite group is Mercy Me. And he knows it word for word. And Big Daddy Weave, I know. My son, and my son, they didn't even know that my son liked church at Devereaux. You know that? They didn't even know it. They were like, wow, my son, he loves it. He loves it. But yes, I
Oh
do
yeah.
believe in Jesus. And he Yes, I do, and I do pray. I've actually prayed on my show before, DK. So I know more about the welfare than anyone. I'm 62. Thank you. That's awesome. And I'm glad that no way I would. You're 62 and you have a lot of wisdom, and that's awesome. And I thank you for being here with us. And
finally, I'm not the oldest one.
that we are gonna have to definitely get off here because time it's beeping. But y'all have a good. You have any last words, Brenda?
No, I think we
I know
said it
it's
all.
y'all. Yeah. So I enjoyed tonight, everyone. We had a good time. Thanks for joining us. We'll have it back right tomorrow. We'll be on Restream. We just wanted to try StreamYard, but y'all keep fighting. Don't give up, and be looking out for everyone, and be looking out for us tomorrow or today, later on today. But y'all be good, be safe, enjoy your days, and keep fighting, everyone. Don't give up, and don't let them bully on you. Okay. We are CPS breaking news or with the Punisher, but he is. So we're with I'm Danielle, and we're signing
The
off.
Punisher is on a mission. We have assumed control.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Good night.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, y'all.